Is this Deltarune? Hello YouTube! My name is Routzy, and wow, Deltarune Chapter 5 was just announced for June 24th. June 24th! That is in like 2 weeks. That means we've got 2 weeks to prepare for the incoming nuclear bomb that is about to be this next chapter. If you're watching this video, I'm gonna be hoping you're as big of a Deltarune fan as I am. The goal of this video is to go over some of the more niche details and secrets of Deltarune so we can look out for them when Chapter 5 dropped. Chapter 5 is also going to be very, Japanese. Very cool, Toby. I wonder if he likes Japan or something. Before we start, I just want to say this is my first time doing a video like this. I'm usually just an artist slash animator slash social media poster, so if you like this video, please let me know. I've always wanted to do something like this, and I figured now was a really good time to do it. And if there's any other interesting information I managed to miss or anything like that, feel free to talk about it in the comments. I'll be reading each and every one, I promise. Also, absolutely no AI was used in the making of this video. No ChatGPT or anything like that. This is my first time making a script, and I prefer human-made content. With all that being said, let's get right into it. First of all, let's start with Eram. Eram is a new little freak introduced in Chapter 3, and there seemed to be so much new information that we didn't really know what to do with it. Eram isn't actually this thing's real name, or at least we don't have any real evidence for it. The name Eram comes from the name of this track that plays before you fight them. It's also backwards for mare, as in nightmare, like nightmare, night. Oh my god! No, but seriously, Eram probably isn't this thing's name, but everyone calls it that, and I'm gonna call it that because it's just easy. The code only refers to this thing as Shadow Mantle enemy, or just Shadow Mantle. But this thing isn't the Shadow Mantle. It says in this dialogue that it's only holding the Shadow Mantle. This raises so many questions, like where did it get the Shadow Mantle? From Sham? But how? So clearly this orange thing is Eram, but we still don't know what it really looks like. I mean, unless Eram just also looks like the Shadow Mantle? I don't know. We still don't have any answers for this. So if you see anything orange and mischievous, or any mention of someone who stole the Shadow Mantle, probably some Eram stuff going on. Next, let's go over possibly the most popular cryptid in Deltarune's story, aside from Gaster, Friend. Its little faces in chapters 2 and 4 are called image_friend, so that's what I'll call it, just friend. However, it's important to note that despite appearing in Chapter 3 in the form of this cutscene and the friendlings, those objects aren't actually called friend in the code. In fact, where their names would be, there's just underscores, as if its name was redacted. But yeah, just like how Eram's name probably isn't Eram, Friend's name probably isn't Friend. Go figure. So, what is it then? Is this the real Mike? I mean, maybe. But this thing will show up again in a future chapter, and it definitely has significance. Seeing as Gerson refers to Chapter 5 of Lord of the Hammer as the field of pink and gold, Friend will likely either make a bigger appearance in this next chapter, or will be explained to some extent, who knows. Be hyped for Friend in this upcoming chapter, is what I'm saying. Also, on the note of Friend, the Tail of Hell. Oh my god, this prophecy panel. You'll see the tail of hell take crawl. It's just so cool. You know what else has tails? Cats. Like Friend probably is. I mean, look at those ears. Case closed, boom. Seeing his Friend in this instance of Chapter 3 cutscene has multiple legs, it's not hard to imagine this thing, like, crawling around. Speaking of cats, keep an eye out for any other mention of cat petters. Cats seem to be somewhat of a big deal in the Deltaverse. And Noelle. Oh my god, Noelle. Oh my god, the... Okay, first of all, you see this? This is from Deltarune.com/Chapter 5. As I and other people were quick to discover, the numbers here correspond to the amount of significance the Weird Route has to that chapter, and how much you can influence it. Remember all that terrifying stuff that happened in Chapter 4? Well, according to this site, Chapter 5 is gonna be like 2 times that. 2 times worse. So, get your Weird Route saves ready. And if you hear this noise, that means you've done something correct to keep going down the forbidden path, as Chapter 3 calls it. If you hear this noise at all, then you might need to reload your save. Of course, the Weird Route is only possible with Noelle, so if Noelle is ever in your party, then that's the time to look out for Weird Route stuff. Another thing to note about the Weird Route is that you can't get all of the eggs on it. You know, the eggs, yummy, delicious, ghastly flavored eggs. In Chapter 3, the Forgotten Man gives us hints as to where to find him. This seems to include a hint for Chapter 5, which is interesting. Selling the donuts for the bake sale in Chapter 1, sell the dumpster for this dumpster in Chapter 2, etc., etc. For Sunday, he says he goes to harvest the wheat, which seems to imply that you can find the Forgotten Man in his egg in some place involving wheat in Chapter 5, or even harvesting. Which sounds vague, but I mean, it's something. We also see what looks like wheat in Chapter 5's trailer, so maybe just look out for this, and then, you know, no clip into wherever the hell. For the modders and people savvy with Undertale mod tool like me, make sure to go into the code section and search for anything that says unused, possibly in all caps. We've gotten some messages from a mysterious voice in the code, and I'll show them on screen here. And we haven't really learned what it all meant yet. It's possible that Chapter 5's message will give us new information on that front. Hopefully it's something a little more revealing. So yeah, secret character. Onion-san. Where the hell has Onion-san been? We have gotten no new Onion-san content for either Chapter 3 or Chapter 4. And after he had all that talk of hearing a song from deep under the water, Onion-san, what the hell? Ahem. I'm hoping during Chapter 5's festival segment we get to see him once more, and maybe he'll clear some things up for us. We're waiting for you, Onion. Also, there seems to be some sort of, like, goner plague going on, in both the light world and in the dark world. This fuck-ass bird is losing his brain. It's straight up melting in there. And Jockington too, oh my god, look at this. Does this look like the ramblings of a functioning snake? This poor boy. Or maybe he's like going through puberty or something. I mean, he's gonna grow a beard. I don't know. I don't know. But look at this Rudin. He turns blue. But then you talk to him and he says that his color is fading. If it fades all the way, it could become monochrome. And then he would actually be a goner. So in Chapter 5, I guess we'll just have to see if he fades further or something. Becomes light blue or something like that. Or maybe he gets colored in again. We'll just have to see, I guess. Chapter 5 is about to be so different. It's about to be so much. It's about to be so long. It's about to have some pink and gold. And it's about to have Is that a sun? Is that a sun in the dark world? Or is this the titular inferno of jealousy? Yeah, probably not. In Chapter 4, Miss Mizzle here tells us to give the bluest flower her regards. Seeing as Chapter 5 will contain flowers and even blue flowers, as suggested by Deltarune's page, it's safe to say we'll meet this character in this chapter. A character who's possibly show-offy, but elegant and kind. If it wasn't obvious enough, Chapter 5 is going to take place in the Flower King store. I mean, come on. Come on. If not there, then Asgore must have something crazy set up for the festival somewhere else. Are these other flowers going to appear as characters? Will they be friends or foes? We can't really know. But if we learn one thing from Undertale, it's to not trust the yellow one. Or maybe Toby will make the yellow one genuinely friendly, just for shits and giggles. I could see it happening. Hello, this is post-recording Routzy. I don't know how I forgot to mention this, like, at all. I meant to, but I didn't. I'm just gonna put this, like, right in the middle of the video, I don't know. But secret bosses, right? They, like, the formula got completely turned on its head for Chapter 3, so I don't know if any sort of thing is gonna be completely reliable, but I will say every secret boss so far has had something to do with the shops in that chapter, right? Chapter 1, Sham and Jevil were good friends, and you get a piece of the key for Jevil's cell from Sham, right? Chapter 2, Swatch is how you learn about the basement, and it's kind of like a hint, and also Spamton himself is kind of like a shopkeeper already. Well, yeah, he is a shopkeeper, because there's the whole keygen stuff. And then in Chapter 3, there's Ram, who is the shopkeeper in that chapter, and that Ram is how you access like the Shadow Mantle boss fight and stuff in that chapter. And then Chapter 4, Gerson I think is also a shopkeeper, and he himself is the secret boss fight for that chapter. So in Chapter 5, look out for any shopkeepers. They're totally gonna have something to do with the secret boss, and if they don't, then I'm so sorry that I had to include this segment for it to not show up. But just look out for these shopkeepers in Chapter 5. It's gotta do something with the secret boss. Just take my word for it here. Yeah. All right, thank you. One last thing. Keep an eye out for some moss. We gotta feed our Chris. With that, the video is over. It's over. I hope you liked it. Even if it was kind of short to my standards. Like the video if you did like it. And subscribe. And hit the notification bell. Lol. If you want. I don't really mind. But yeah. I hope you guys are just as excited as I am for Chapter 5. I'm so hyped. Oh my god. If Chapter 4 is anything to learn from, it is about to end on such a gut-wrenching cliffhanger. Whew. I'll see you guys when it's out on June 24th.